Sweet. Thank you guys so much for being on our very first morning meltdown kickoff call. Now, I'm glad I'm recording this because there are 37 women in the group and there are 3 of us on this call. So I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some information within this group or on that YouTube video that I posted for you guys earlier in the week. I have it saved as well so I can email it to you guys. But there's that video on how to navigate Beachbody On Demand, where to find your workout materials and stuff. So if you don't know what I'm referring to, just send me a message and let me know, and I'll send you the link on that, because I do like a 12-minute video of navigating Beachbody On Demand, how to find various things, what the nutrition tab does, what kind of information you have, the Beachbody blog. There's so much to consume on that website. So I wanted to make sure that I got all the information on one video. So I think it'll be really helpful for you guys on learning how to navigate like the mobile responsive app versus the desktop. It's going to be a little bit different. So I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. First things first, I hope you guys all wrote in your books. I am on page 13, the last part. Before we do workout tomorrow, who is your tribe? I'm on this page now. And why? So it's like obvious you guys are going to be in my tribe, but I'm just was really reflective in here. And I hope you guys really sit down and do these exercises, because it's going to get your mind right and you're going to be in the right mindset to start tomorrow. But today I just kind of wanted to answer questions, but it's only Sabrina here, so it doesn't look like we'll be answering any questions, but I wanted to just offer some motivation and support, and some things that really helped me along my journey, that helped me become consistent and create a habit that's kind of like brushing your teeth. For me, fitness is now, I'm at a point, 6 years of coaching, but actually maybe 7 or 8 years of really being consistent and working out, is that I had to ask myself better questions. So when you start to listen and hear those excuses pop in your heads, because it's going to happen. We're starting now. It's going to feel hard. There are going to be moments that you don't think that you want to move on, or you want to proceed, or that you think you can do it. I want you to, first of all, stop when you start to feel those excuses creeping in your head, but then start to ask yourself better questions. So I wrote down, actually, I took some notes, and I hardly ever take notes for calls. I should put some slides together. I'll put a slide together for you guys. When you begin to have excuses creeping in your head, learn to stop for yourself first and acknowledge what you are doing to yourself is self-sabotage. Stop yourself and ask yourself a better question. The first question you should ask yourself is this a valid circumstance, right? For instance, oh, I didn't get up today, or no, I'll sleep in today because I was so tired with the baby in the middle of the night. Is this a valid circumstance? Are you going to die from being tired, right? Or what's another circumstance? Like just something that is beyond your control. The kids have too many extra. So like the excuses that I hear very often are, my kid's schedule is crazy. I don't have time for myself, right? Or I don't have time to meal prep. I'm just a very busy person, so I never get in my kitchen. Is this a valid circumstance, or are you making another excuse? First of all, ask yourself that. The second question is, how can I prioritize this? And what do I need to move around to sacrifice? This is key. If you are telling yourself you are not a morning person, this is called Morning Meltdown 100. I do understand that a morning workout may not be feasible for everybody that is doing this. And I can understand that. If you work at like 5 a.m., I understand that could be very difficult to do. But if you are just telling yourself the lie that you are not a morning person and you're not willing to accept the fact that there have been studies and research showing that people who work out in the morning either burn more fat, or we just move on with our days in a more productive manner. You're just starting off on a better tone. Like if you can't wrap your head around that, a lot of time it is just an excuse, and it is just a cop out because you don't want to try something new or move out of your comfort zone to try new things to hopefully better yourself. And another way too is, what can I prioritize? Can I go to sleep a little early and stop Netflix and chilling like later on in the night? Is there something that I can do to like help myself in the morning, like making the kids lunches the night before instead of rushing in the morning and doing them then? Is there something that I can move around and sacrifice? And ask yourself that. Number 3 is, what would it cost me not to do this? For me personally, if I didn't work out, and I didn't work out in the morning, 1, it's going to cost me my sanity. 2, it's probably going to cost me my confidence in how I show up for my family. 3, if I do move my workout to later on in the day when the kids are all around, the baby's running around at my feet, it'll likely be very half-assed, which means I'll have a less caloric burnout than I would if I did it in the morning when I didn't have any distractions and I could go 110% because I didn't have a baby at my feet, right? So you have to ask yourself, what is it going to cost me not to do this? Am I going to be more uncomfortable with myself? Is it going to cost me, like my health? Like if you have pre-existing conditions, what is it going to cost me to not make this happen for myself? And I know a lot of us on this team have had pre-existing conditions or been very borderline to those pre-existing conditions. So it is so important, or we had family members that have these conditions and we don't want to follow in those genetic footsteps. So you have to ask yourself, what is it going to cost me? And I'm sure it's not just your own health, and something that affects your health is going to also affect your family, right? Because somebody's going to have to pick up the slack somewhere. So what would it cost me to not do this? And number 4, what's on the other side of this goal, right? So yes, I have this excuse. Yeah, it feels better just to stay stagnant or stay comfortable. But what is on the other side of this goal? Who is that person that I'm going to become? It's so important that you're able to visualize your goal body, your goal life, and your feelings, and feel those feelings as if you were already there, and allow yourself to be in that state. I was listening to this podcast. It's by Lewis Howes, and he was interviewing a holistic doctor. And the holistic doctor was talking a lot about the feelings of euphoria and the feelings of feeling cured and the feelings of just kind of getting into that state of happiness and that you've already reached that goal. Instead of just feeling the worry. Like the worry and the fear is normal because as humans, our brains are wired to keep us safe and keep us comfortable. And sometimes getting yourself out of that comfort zone makes us feel fearful, or it makes us feel frantic, or it makes us feel panicked because it's not that state of homeostasis. So it's so important for you to get out of your own head, get out of your own way, and start to feel those feelings of feeling accomplished, feeling proud of yourself for doing this, allowing yourself to feel supported, and kind of carrying yourself in that way, not necessarily like lying to yourself, but carrying yourself in that way so that you know what you're working towards. Does that make sense? I know I just threw a lot at you guys, but it's so important for you guys to visualize that and know what's possible, because then your body will follow. Your body will follow whatever your mind thinks. So it's so important that you feel that. So that is all I have for you guys. This was nice and short and sweet. I thought that there would be more questions, but I'm hoping that everybody has gone through pages 1 through 13 in their book. I'm thinking also, let me know if you guys follow, that I'm going to make success partners within our big group here. So I think we have like 37 or 38 women. And let's see how many participants we have. I'm looking it up. So we have 37 participants. That means that is 18 pairings, and I'll stay out of it, of success partners, meaning you're going to be partnered with somebody. You guys will check in with one another and just encourage each other. I think I've never done this before, but I've seen other coaches do it and have had great success. Just to have that one person where you're like, girl, how you doing? And it's not necessarily on the app. You guys can communicate however you'd like, but I think it's just a really great way to build that connection as well. Also, I wanted to share with you guys our phase 1. So we have remember, Morning Meltdown 100 is broken down into 5 phases. Each of them are 20 workouts each. I will be giving out prizes to people who are highly engaged, who hop on these calls, who are logging all their workouts, logging all their shakes, just like great clients. I'm going to be gifting you guys stuff. So one of the gifts is from Summit. It is this tote bag. It says Eat the Rainbow with all of the colored containers here. And then on the other side, it says Ultimate Portion Fix. So Ultimate Portion Fix, if you guys didn't watch that YouTube video, is one of our nutrition courses, and it teaches the principles of portion controlled eating. So that is what that is about. And then I have an apron that also says Eat the Rainbow, and it's just like a little cute canvas apron that I'll be giving out in probably phase 2, amongst some other things, because I love gift giving, and if I find little things that I can throw in and make it a bigger gift, then I'm going to do so too. So I love you guys. Sabrina, I know maybe or maybe not you had any questions. Do you have any questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Cool. Well, I'm glad I recorded this. I hope you guys have found value in it. I will see you guys on the My Challenge Tracker app. Get to meal prepping tonight. I'm going to post a photo of my meal prep later on tonight. But now my husband and I are going to go find a brewery because I'm going to have a beer and a nice treat meal before we get started tomorrow. Bye, guys.